Yo, what's up, man? It's Tea Time here with another video, man. Hey, just go ahead and like that video while you at it. And go ahead and subscribe while you at it. You know what I'm saying? Might as well go ahead. But, no, this topic, for real, um, I wanted to speak on, we was talking about this in the barbershop last time. I talked about this conversation, and I said that, black women are the leaders in the community. They always have been. And a lot of us paused when I said it and thought about it. Like, when you think about it, black women are out. You can say if they forced to, or you can just say that's just. I ain't gonna say if they forced. Well, yeah, they kind of forced to because if the black man ain't there, I mean, you're forced to, to take over. You know what I'm saying, and provide and all that as well, right? So my thing is like, when you think about it, black women in the community, in the urban areas, in our area, culture, you know what I'm saying? They are the leaders of the community. If you really break it down, you really think about it. They got all the rights. Um, they got all the resources. A lot of us as black men don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you and your wife or you and your significant other, as far as your person you have kids with together, then yeah, you the leader in your household. But majority, if you really think of it, the majority, black women, it's more black women, single black women in the communities raising these kids. I was raised by a single black woman. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us was raised by a lot of my cousins, a lot of my friends was raised by a single black woman. Now I did have a few was raised by their dad, and I do have a few that had both mom and dad. You know, a couple here and there, but majority, the people I went to school with, actually the ones I grew up in the hood with and everything, um, most of them was raised by a single black woman, with siblings too. So if you really think about it, black women are the leaders of the community. Like, like I said again, they got all majority of the resources goes to women. They got the rights really go to them, especially in my state, in Ohio. The rights automatically go to the mother as soon as the baby is born. You know, it's not 50-50, which I believe it should be 50-50. I feel like the father should have to sign over if he doesn't want to be there, and he will have to be forced to pay child support though. But if he did, then that way she get full. But I feel like it's always to be joint because it took two to make the baby. I know I get it that she decided to have the baby, and the baby she birthed the baby, and the rights go to her automatically. But I feel like in certain cases, like myself, I've been in my kid's life from birth. You know what I'm saying? I've been in my kid's life the whole entire time they've been born to now. And, you know, I ain't gonna tell you my situation personally, but I'm just saying that it would have been nice to, I mean, I'm not saying I can't go, I mean, I'm not saying you can't go down there I'm not speaking on me, but just in general as a man, you can go down and get joint custody and stuff like that. I'm just saying straight off the bat, the law automatically is in her favor for her to get the child. Then too, the resources is for where the woman, she has a place to stay. They can get her a job. And she got the food stamps, the government assistance and all that and everything. This the resources. The resources is more favorable to her than to the man, um, who doesn't have it. But then also too, I speak on this. I speak on this because it's real. It's two sides. I believe, like I said, a lot of women are the leaders of the black community because they had to be. Because a lot of dudes, men, black men in general, didn't step up. And I'm talking about before my time, like my fathers, and just just before my time, and just in general. Now, in present moment, a lot of black fathers ain't there. They're not present, and just in general, they not doing nothing with themselves even if they was doing something for themselves, they still could be the leaders of the community, but they're not doing nothing for themselves. So therefore, you can't be the leader of nothing if you can't provide nothing. And you're getting in trouble with the law, and you in and out of jail. So you got felonies, you got priors, and you can't do nothing in the community because you constantly back and forth in the system. And then it forces the black woman to have to take care of these children by herself. She got to go get an education or go get a job to provide, and they're the ones they're the ones that's doing the upbringing for the kids. So if they're the ones doing the upbringing of the kids, they're the ones that lead the communities. And I feel like, and this is my opinion, that's why the community is what it is, because I feel like women are not supposed to be that. I'm not saying they can't do it, and I'm not saying they can't do a good job. I'm saying that they're not supposed to be the leaders of the community. They're not supposed. Yeah, they're not supposed to be, you know, the ones that's supposed to take charge in the community. That's up to us. You know, like even back in the day, way back in the day, man, a black man's job, or just a man's job in general, was supposed to protect his wife and his family and provide. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, black women is the leader, because like a lot of people was disagreeing, or they didn't understand where I was coming from. But a lot of people did agree, and they did understand too, because it's some truth to it. Like, women really run the black communities, because most men think about it for 1 second. Just put yourself in that position and think about it and look around in your community. There's more women that is on Section 8. It's more women that's on government assistance. It's more women in the neighborhood that's with their kids. When you go to school, just look at the schools. What kids are getting dropped out by who? It's more women. Even when I was growing up, more women, including my mom, that's taking their kids to school. See what I'm saying? Ain't a lot of men. You do have some men, though. I'm not saying you don't have men, because like I said, my bro, his dad took care of him. When I met him in 8th grade, his dad, he was living with his dad. I had plenty of friends. My other dude, bro, I ain't gonna put their names out here, but his dad took care of him. His mom was, you know, in a situation, but he lived with his dad this whole time. So I'm not saying that there's no fathers. It's just more mothers that's with their children, taking care of the children in the neighborhood, in the community. And a lot of times, especially boys, a woman, and I believe this, a woman can't teach a man how to be a man. I mean, a boy how to be a man. She can't teach a boy how to learn how to be a man and be a man in general. She just can't. It's impossible, really, in my opinion. Like, they can do a good job. They can try to do the best they can. Like, my mom did the best she can with me, but I needed a dad. You always need a father as a boy, and I got 3 of them. That's why it's so important for me to be involved with them on a daily basis, and on them and talking to them and stuff, communicating with them, because as little boys they need that. And what I'm trying to say is that a lot of women, they gotta take on that role. I know a lot of them. It's more, you can't even count on your hands how many women in the neighborhood, just in your neighborhood. I mean, this is world, countrywide. I should say, I'm just gonna use the United States, in the country, worldwide, countrywide. Just look at all the neighborhoods. I'm not talking about urban, you know, low poverty, whatever poverty. Look and think about it, and you'll be like, yeah, you got a point. Black women run the neighborhood. So if the question is how do you change that? How you change that? I mean, that black men have to be in the household. Now the question was up too, like, well, whose fault is it? Like, is it woman's fault because they not trying to be with a man, or is it man's fault because he leave? At the end of the day, it really doesn't even matter. The point is that if he's not there, and if the family's separated, it's always going to be an issue and always going to be a problem. It's not going to be a good thing majority of the time. You get what I'm saying? So for me, the the black man, myself, we have to step up. Even if y'all not together, you gotta be in your kid's life, because you just being in your kid's life and doing what you gotta do. You taking care of yourself. I always said this. You taking care of yourself will make it easier for you to take care of your kids. You taking care of your kids makes it easier for y'all as the parents to take care of the children together. They will be more successful and have a higher chance of succeeding in life if both of y'all are involved. And especially boys growing up in the hood and in bad environments, because it's a lot of peer pressure, bad influences that can overpower your household as far as your upbringings. Because you can be brought up great, but being out on the street gets you caught up. And that's why you need a father, a man, a male, to be there, present, to walk, to talk, to lead, to be the example. Because you need to display as as boys, as males, we're visionaries. What we see can be everything. So when you see greatness, it's easier for you to follow that. And it's easier for you to be on your kids, and they will respect you more because they see the work and they see who you are. They see your character. You can't discipline your kids and be on your kids if you ain't doing what you gotta do to a certain degree, because you still can, just because you was a bad mom, you know, you still can be on your kids and like, hey man, don't do, look at me, look at the example, don't be me. So that's what I say, it can go that way too, but it's so much better when you see the person that brought you into this world, better even than a stepdad, person that brought you into this world, be on you and tell you, I love you, and this is what you gotta be, this is what you gotta do in this world to be successful. Because that's what it's all about as parents, is guiding your kids to be successful. You want your kids to be in the best situation they possibly can. And how you do that is by you putting in the work as the parents, and the older they get, the better it gets. And the upbringings and the teachings, you're instilling that in them, so when they get to a certain age and they get grown, they carry that with them. They're a representation of you. Reason why the community is bad, because a lot of these kids is a representation of their upbringings, and they don't have a father present. And the mothers only can do so much for these boys. And even then, even the girls, it's only so much a parent can do. When you got multiple kids and they getting older and they developing their personalities, and the influences that it's overpowering more than your household, man. You understand? Social media changed the world. Your neighborhood in general, just it's so much influence everywhere you look. It's just turned something. So you gotta really be on it as a parent, both parents. Because if you don't, it's a really bad, it's not a good thing. It's just not a good thing to me. So you got to be like, you got to be present as much as you can. Because I know a lot of people got kids out of state, out of the city, out of state. And I get that 100%. But we got to do better as like, wherever your situation is, you just got to make the best of it. And we can no longer just toss it away. We can't no longer be like how it was in the past. Because I always said, the result of today is because of the decisions that our fathers and our parents made when we were growing up, when we were kids. We reaped the result. or sow whatever how you want. They sowed it, we reap it, whatever. Of the result of what they done, we gotta take the ass over though. So it's the same repeated cycle, and we're older now, and we're at a point in our life where we should be able to see that, change that, and do right by your kids. It's sad that kids gotta grow up the way they grow up because we don't want to get it together as parents. That's all it comes down to. I don't ever believe there's such thing as a bad kid.